How often do you touch your armpits? I touch mine 3 times a day. First is in the shower, second and third times are when I do my self-massage as part of my daily yoga practice. So why am I massaging myself so often? Well, first off, it feels super good. It also increases lymphatic drainage, which is really good for the immune system, making the body a lot more resilient to viruses and bacteria, getting sick a lot less often. It's good for muscle recovery after workouts and exercise. And did I mention it feels super good? It's also free and there's no appointment required. So with those benefits listed out, I'll show you how to do a self-massage the yogic way, and you can follow along step by step in this tutorial. Let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna go from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet, all inclusive of everything in between, with the focus on the lymphatic system. A key fact about the lymphatic system is that we have about 650 lymph nodes in our bodies, which are responsible for keeping us clean and healthy. And more than half of them are located in the armpits and up, especially around the jawline. So we'll start out with the fingertips on the crown of the head, finding a nice massage and getting some sweet spots. The whole time we're gonna look for what feels good. So we'll go 2 or 3 times around the crown of the head, and then getting into the temples, making small circles in both directions, and then starting in the middle of the forehead and coming across into the temples like this 3 times. Next, we'll make some heat with the palm of the hands and bring that to the eyelids, covering the eyes, making some circles. I really like to open my jaw here like this and just stretch out those jaw muscles. Sometimes I get clicks or shifting around in those muscles, which feels super good. We'll bring it to the nose, coming from the top of the nose down across the sinuses to keep the sinus fluid flowing, and into the cheeks and jawline. There's big lymph centers on the corner right here of the jaw, so be sure to go towards and away from those centers. And then we'll get into the neck. So take one hand and come across or go behind. You can really experiment with what works for your body, as everyone's anatomy is unique. So we'll come into the neck where it meets the base of the head and lower down, getting into the upper trapezius muscle right here, and coming around the shoulder into one of our lymphatic highlights, the armpit. And so the armpit is important to spend a nice good amount of time at a leisurely pace here, getting at all the spots and making sure it feels good. Definitely don't, if you're feeling pain or if something feels sharp while you're giving yourself a massage, then definitely back off that spot and honor the messages from your body. Another tip is that it's good to do this on your skin, on your bare skin. So if you have the privacy and the comfort of your home or a space where you can do it, it's recommended to massage with your hands on bare skin. That way, any of the hormonal secretions that come out of our glands and out of the ducts, like in our armpits, can be spread across the skin of the body, which is super beneficial. So as I'm wearing a shirt, the shirt is actually absorbing some of those secretions, so it's not optimal. Still great though. So we'll come across the arm, hitting the bicep and tricep, and down around the elbow. All the joints are really important to massage. They take a lot of the strain of moving and grooving our bodies around the world, around everywhere we get to go. Coming into the forearm, using the chip clip formation of the hand like this, so we're not overdoing it on the wrist. Coming down, I've heard it recommended to go for the forearm section to go towards the outside and for the upper arm to go towards the inside. You can experiment and dabble with what feels good for you. Coming into the wrist and the palm of the hand and massaging towards the fingers, and then with each finger giving it a couple twists in both directions. There's also a nice pressure point between the index finger and the thumb that you can press and squeeze. You can find that point where exactly it is in your hand. And this one's a good way to relax and find some ease in any moment. It's always accessible to you. if you happen to have two functional hands. Coming into the other side, so we'll start with the neck and the upper trapezius muscle, and then down into the shoulder and the armpit. You can go under the shirt, like I said, to get on the skin and find the muscles there. You got some lat muscles, the pecs, the outer edge of the pec, the chest muscles are here, shoulder muscles, and then coming into the bicep and tricep towards the inside is good, around the elbow, and then into the forearm, going towards the outside. The wrist, palm of the hand. You can try different ways here too. It might help to put the hand flat on the ground and use the weight of the body, or you can get a lacrosse ball or even a smaller ball like a golf ball or even smaller and roll it in the hands to get some of the pressure points from a different way. Be sure to get the fingers both directions. And then we'll come into the chest, the pecs. So massage them towards the heart center is the recommended way for lymphatic drainage. Coming across outer pec towards the inside, both sides 2 or 3 times each at least. And then the stomach is an interesting area to massage. So the way to do it is to take a deep breath in, put the thumbs here, fingertips here on the navel and breathe out. And then holding without air on empty for 8 seconds, pressing gently at first into the navel. And if it feels okay, you can increase the pressure there. For this reason, or for this part of the massage, it's important to practice on an empty stomach. And that's also true for yoga and exercise in general. It's better to perform yoga asanas with an empty stomach, which means before breakfast, or if you're doing it after breakfast, to give yourself a good 3 hours at least without eating anything before you begin your yoga practice. So we'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, breathe out, and press for 8 seconds. This is really good for the internal organs like the stomach, the pancreas, liver, kidneys, lungs, everything that's in there and working hard to keep us going. All right, let's do it one more time to do a complete session. So breathe in, breathe out, and relax with pressure on the navel for 8 seconds. 7, 8. All right. Next up is the groin area, another big lymphatic center. So finding different spots in the groin and the glutes, it helps to put a leg forward in this part of the massage. I'll back up so you can see me. So yeah, it can help to put a leg forward to get different angle. You can also try doing this laying down, whatever works for your body. So coming around the groin into the hamstrings and the quads, massaging down towards the knee, getting in the outside IT band area as well. And then coming into the kneecap. So it's good to have the kneecap relaxed if you can, which is why I like to put my foot forward like this. If I have my leg up here or crossed, the knee feels maybe less relaxed, or there's a little more tension in it, more flex in it. So by relaxing it here, the kneecap feels nice and loose. Put one hand on top of the kneecap, one hand the back of the leg, and massage gently and slowly in there. I feel a nice hamstring stretch when I do this, as well as all those little fascia and ligaments and tendons around the knee, of which there are many. So now we'll come into the shin. I like to go chip clip formation for the shin, coming from top to bottom, around the outside, and then on the back of the calf, I like to dig the thumbs in. Also coming from top to bottom towards the ankle 2 or 3 times, and into the ankle itself and the Achilles tendon. There's definitely some spots here for me that hold a lot of tension and they feel like pressure points. So when I have time, I like to go really slow on the calf and leg. Of course, this massage can be adapted to however much time you want to spend on it. Getting into the foot, the bottom of the feet, It's the part of our body that supports us, carries our weight literally, and transports us wherever we're walking or running. So it's great to give back, give some thanks to the feet by giving them a massage, getting into all the different pressure points. Reflexology is a wonderful school of somatic care, of caring for our bodies. And there's some fascinating connections from different parts of our feet through to the rest of our bodies. For example, the big toe is somehow linked to the crown chakra, the crown of the head. So finding those sweet spots on the feet and also coming through the toes. And then we will switch to the other leg, coming back at the groin and around the hamstrings, the quad muscles, and the IT band. Breathing deeply and really feeling the body and listening for what it needs, what feels really good in the moment, what signals it has for us today. Coming into the kneecap and the back of the knee. Sometimes it feels really good to just hold one spot. I'm holding right now, putting pressure and feeling a nice stretch that's actually feels like it's activating the hamstring and the calf at the same time. Being really careful too with the kneecap, it can be a tender area, it can be injury prone, so definitely start gentle, start small there. Coming into the shin and the outer calf muscle, digging the thumbs into the back of the calf and coming down towards the Achilles tendon, towards the heel, maybe 2 or 3 times from top to bottom. And into the ankle, the sole of the foot. Another great spot to find a sweet spot and then just give it slow pressure, maybe just a still long press without moving, or maybe some small circles. Definitely a great place to dabble with different ways of massage. Coming into the ball of the foot, the outer edge, the bottom and top. And if your feet are cold, you can warm them up like that. Maybe crack the toes if that's in your practice. Definitely give them some love too. And now that we have completed our self-massage from head to toe, it's time for many of our favorite postures. One of our favorite postures, the shavasana, corpse pose. So happy resting. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you found this helpful. If you have any comments, tips, or suggestions, thank you so much. And time for shavasana. Adios, namaskar, pura vida.